Hey, Kevin here, top 100 financial advisor, two-time author, one-time bestseller, and we are here to talk about the stock market. Bruh, it was a wild day. I thought I was going to come in here and talk about one thing, and then Jeff Bezos said, hey, I'm not going to be the CEO of Amazon anymore. And that's our main story for the day. I'll touch on some other things near the end. So he just announced this a few hours ago. I'm going to be posting this video a bit earlier. I normally come on at 10, but because it's such a big story, I want to kind of get out in front and let y'all know what to expect, or at least what to be prepared for, because you never really know what the market is going to do from day to day. So he's stepping down as CEO. This is going to be in effect in Q3. So as you know, most companies kind of look at a quarterly basis. So what, January through March, March through July, and you kind of get how this is going. But that's basically how this tends to go. So he's going to be CEO for at least another 6 months or so. So he's still going to be around. He'll actually transition to be the chairman of the board, executive chairman of the board. So he still runs a lot of stuff. For those that don't know, the board is tasked with picking the new CEO, which they've already had one in waiting, which I think is actually pretty good. And they make other big executive decisions. But Jeff is not going to be in there on the day to day like he has been since like 1994. He's the richest man in the world. He's probably tired, and he's going to go enjoy his money and focus on other stuff. Now, people could, and I put that in air quotes because you don't know what's going to happen, people could overreact and start to sell Amazon. That's an opportunity for me. I personally don't intend on selling Amazon anytime soon. We'll see. You guys know I'm on a schedule. So come June, we'll see, right? But I don't really think that Amazon is going to tank or do anything ridiculous. You still going to be ordering from Amazon. AWS is still going to be out there. I really don't see them falling off the map. But also, this has happened before. A lot of times when a CEO has been around for a while, they started the company, they've been running it for a while, they step down, the company is usually still fine. The founders of Google, all of them been left. they you don't even know that, right? Like a lot of us forgot. But even going back to like Jeff Bezos, going back to Bill Gates, who at one point was the richest person in the world, in 2008, he was like, look, I'm not going to be CEO anymore. And then later, I think last year, March of last year, he said, I'm not even going to be on the board anymore. Since 2008, Microsoft has been up an average of 57% every single year on average. That's pretty good. That's pretty good to have an annual rate of 57% gain. I mean, that's enough for me, right? But even if you go back to Steve Jobs, who was the CEO of Apple before he passed, unfortunately, when he stepped down as CEO in 2011, that stock was up over 100% on average every single year from 2011 until 2020. That ain't bad. And that's not to say that Amazon is going to give you the exact same results, because Amazon's a different company and it's a different economy, and all these things are different. However, Amazon is still a dominant player. The person they are transitioning to, I don't have his name in front of me, but I did post it on Instagram. He's been around since 1997. He's been with the company for a while, and I believe he was over like their cloud web services, like what is AWS now, which is one of their biggest parts of their business and is continuously growing. So he's been around for a while. He knows the business. Jeff isn't out the door. He's just on the board now, kind of taking more of a overseer, guy in the I wouldn't say guy in the shadows, guy on the sideline, managing things, or in the high office, kind of like if the CEO is the coach, he's on the floor, he's really like yelling at people, make sure things done. He's the owner now, where he's really just looking from afar and not really involved in the day-to-day. That's how I see it. So personally, I ain't selling Amazon unless something else happens. Even if that were the case, y'all not gonna really see me do anything until June, because I let things play out, I let things grow, and then come back and reevaluate. And I sell the losers and keep the winners. Why sell a stock that's making me money? Why would I do that? So that's how I personally approach it. Y'all know my investing philosophy. So just wanted to let you guys know that. I do have one other piece of news for GameStop. So we're going to get into that in just a second. But that I wanted to let you know. Ooh, my mic almost fell. Let you know that, and that my personal position is not changing. The only way that's going to change is if between now and June things just fall apart. But he's still going to be here, and it's still one of the most dominant companies in the world. So if the market reacts negatively tomorrow's what, Wednesday, I'm gonna show enough buy me some more. If that's the case, but definitely take that and do your research and see what you want to do, and move from there. All right, so on to our second piece of news is I was going to say AMC, but it's GameStop. Perhaps we can look at AMC later. I mean, this is the stuff I warn people and tell you about. Like, if you got in early, that's great. If you didn't, bruh. Right now, I keep thinking AMC in my head. Right now, GameStop is at $90 a share. And to give you context for how crazy that is, January 25th, it was at $374. I'm sorry, no. January 25th, it was at about $90. So it went back, it reverted that quickly. And then that was last Monday. So like 8 days. 8 days, it went from $90 a share all the way up to $374. Fell was 200 something dollars yesterday, and now it's back down to $90. And we don't know where it's going to go next. I'm not here to tell you that it's going to shoot up and go to the moon like everybody's been telling you, or they're going to crash back down and go down to $4. I'm not going to be the fool to come out here and predict that. But again, this is the risk that you take when you're trying to get you a lotto ticket and hit you a home run. If you bought in at the top at $200, $300, almost $400, you looking real hurt right now if this was a good chunk of your money. Now, if you had 1% of your money, $100, $50, $60, you just want to throw at it, then yeah, whatever. That's not a big deal. But for those who are new, this is the kind of stuff I have been warning you about, and why I say I would just have let that go on about its way, not really be concerned about it, and take your money and put it in something that makes more sense and that you know is a much more long-term investment. You don't have to wake up and say, oh my God, did I lose it all? Because if you got in at 300 and now it's at 90, you ain't lost it all, but you lost a lot. And now you are hoping and praying that something happens, that it'll bounce back up to wherever you think it's supposed to bounce back up to. I got people in my DMs telling me it's going to go to 1,000. It's going to go to 1,500. I don't know. I'm not saying it won't. I'm just saying it's pretty unlikely to do that. Why risk so much and feel so bad when you in a loss, where I could put my money in something that I have a much greater degree of confidence in, like, I don't know, Apple or Microsoft, two companies that we've talked about. For example, I just said how Microsoft has averaged, what was it, 57% a year on average. So if you invest it this year, you don't get 57%. Don't come after me. I'm telling you the average. And I think I forgot what it was, how high it was last year. But on average, I can kind of relax on that. That's years of data, right? More than 10 years of data. I'm like, I'm gonna probably be all right. Last year, GameStop was down 77%. So that ain't something that I can really bank on. So I'm just throwing it out there. You do what you want to do. I be telling y'all, and my job as an investment educator or as investing educator is to help put my students, especially if you are brand new, in the best spots possible. That's why I created the 2021 investing playbook, so that you know, here's what I'm thinking about, here's what 4 other amazing experts are thinking about, that I know and trust in, that I know that they've got some good positions and some good ideas to help you be stable and to help you grow your money. Ain't nobody put GameStop on there. And even if we did know that this was going to happen, I probably still wouldn't put GameStop on there, because it would have happened so quickly. Everything that went into that particular resource was to help you grow wealth over time. Not because there's no way I can put in the PDF, hey, you need to buy it now and then sell it by before February 1st. Like that's pretty impossible. So focus on the long term. That's where the real money is going to be. Lastly, I'll add to this, even with Amazon, we're going to teach a new class at some point, but I want to talk about the 7 secrets of successful investors. And as someone who I would consider myself a successful investor, especially at my age, right? But I've counseled and managed money for more than 60 millionaires. And I took very meticulous notes after seeing these things over and over and over again. And one thing that they do is make sure that they avoid the obvious loss. They don't avoid every single loss because no one's perfect, but they avoid the obvious stuff. And this is stuff like GameStop, stuff perhaps like an AMC, stuff perhaps like a BlackBerry, even a lot of IPOs. They say, look, that's a big risk. Why risk it all right now where I can sit back and wait and put my money in something I know is more quality? Why not an index fund? Why not a Microsoft? why not even a Walmart or something like that? It's a little more conservative, but those are companies that we know have been here and have proven it, as opposed to putting all the chips on the table on trying to get rich overnight. So I'm just telling you from experience. I'm telling you from the people that I've seen, that's not how most people do it. And when you do it that way, that makes you think that, oh, you're successful by doing it. Let me do it over and over and over and over and over again. And that's how you lose. You want to make sure you have a consistent strategy that you can follow. That's why I've been telling y'all the same stuff all year long. And those in the comments who have been here and have been listening have been successful, as have I, right? I practice what I preach. I do the same thing I talk to y'all about every day, Monday through Friday for my kids. That's why they're successful. And they're going to be successful. And you're going to be successful if you follow those same tools and principles. Start out with index funds. That's where you want to be. If you want to move and do quality stocks are going to help take care of you if you stay invested for the long term. And then like I say, keep the winners, sell the losers, allow time to work and let those investments grow for you. All right. That's it for me. Make sure you share this video, comment, let me know what you think about Amazon. Are you scared, not scared, buying, selling, doing nothing? And say, look, I'm looking at other stuff anyway. What do you think about Amazon in the comments? And I'll be conversing with you as well. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.